beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Corinne, where I talk about all things sex, thriving in your singleness, and self-love. And today we're going to be talking about, it's not a feminine principle, but today we're going to be talking about the feminine art of letting people leave. So as a feminine woman, we are going to be very attractive, okay? People are going to be on you like bees on honey. Is it honey on I don't know, flies on honey, I don't know. Anyway, people are going to be very, very attracted to you. And although this is a good thing and it's wonderful and people are going to want to start conversations with you and be around you, sometimes people are just going to, sometimes they're just either going to want to use you for your feminine energy, like it's so attractive to be around, or sometimes they're going to want to inspire themselves and get that feminine energy, which I think is absolutely beautiful, especially for young girls if they're around you, for them to get that, just have that sort of like je ne sais quoi, okay, have that thing about them. And I think that's really beautiful, and I just love to be inspirational to people, and specifically young girls. Like I can even see when I'm out, and especially when I'm put together, which I'm like at like a good like 90%. If you see me out, I'm put together. Just because I'm trying to represent how I feel on the inside. I actually feel really great on the inside. So I'm trying to represent that outwardly as well. And just put a little bit of pride in your appearance. It matters. Putting pride in your appearance, this is a side note, can get you into doors that would not open. Yesterday when I was out, I was at Barnes & Noble. I love me a good book. I was at Barnes & Noble and I just looked for just a second, and then this man came over to help me. Like he worked at the bookstore, but he like went out of his way to come and help me. And then this couple came over to me. Like I asked him for a specific book, and this couple came over to me and they came to help me find the book. Like when the man found me, I was on one side of the store, and if you know, Barnes & Noble is pretty big. I was on one side of the store. He walked me to the other side of the store, and then here comes this couple, and they said, "Oh, you said Gary Chapman? Oh, we read that book. We can help you find it." And then we started this whole conversation. So people are going to want to help you, and they're going to want to be attracted to you. And shout out to that beautiful couple, because they were so kind and so nice to me yesterday. But back on track. Go out and look nice, okay? Not just for other people or for men, but literally you just attract a different energy because you look put together. And that's like a whole thing. There's like the science of fashion. There's like a whole psychological studies they've done on it. But anyway, so you're going to attract people, and that is beautiful, love. And in that attraction, you need to understand that everybody may not be the best for you. I also want to dismantle this thing where everybody is toxic. So I feel like toxic is just being beat over the head, and it's too much. Everybody is not toxic, okay? Sometimes you just don't gel with people, and that doesn't make them toxic. Okay? Like I could want to go to Essence Fest, but I get the wrong thing and I walk into Comic-Con, even though they don't happen the same time of year, but stay with me. I walk into Comic-Con, I'm not gonna walk in here and say all these people are toxic. No, like nobody wants to, dress in nudes or bright oranges or bright reds, and no one wants to talk about the beauty of Black women here. Everybody just wants to cosplay. It's like, that's not what this is for. Okay, so as a feminine woman, this is also another side note. I should make a video about this too. As a feminine woman, stop labeling everything negative or toxic in your life. It's actually doing you no favors. Stop. Everybody's not toxic. Everything is not toxic. It's not. Stop. There are real people who like operate in bad and evil spirits. That's toxic. Okay, you not getting along with somebody because you all have different thoughts and opinions about the world is not toxicity. So please stop. Okay, but you have to be able to know when to flow and know when to let them go. And let me explain what I mean. I love having new people in my life, okay? I love welcoming new people in my life. I have always had a small circle. That has not changed. I think this is who I am as a person. But I've always been like kind to other people, and other people knew about me or knew me or whatever. But very few people can say I've called them my friend. Okay, I have a very small circle. And what I have noticed from this is I have a vetting process, and it's getting better as I get older because I'm learning more about what I'm looking for in vetting. But you have to have a vetting process. So you need to allow people access to you, right? But there is a vetting process. So I'm in a small group at church, and some of the women, I'm in a women's small group, and some of the younger women are talking about, oh, fake friends this and fake friends that. And I was explaining to them, although I am not the authority on this, I am learning. I was explaining to them, okay, why do you continuously choose people who dishonor you in your boundaries? That is so much more of a you responsible thing than it is a them toxic thing. And you have to have a vetting process. Is that what do you need friends for? Because if you need friends for fashion, then never ask people any questions and just look at the way they dress and say, oh, you dress well, we're friends. If you need friends for gossip, then never ask any deep questions and then just see, ooh, you talk about people, I talk about people, we're friends. If you need friends for proximity, then just befriend everybody at work. But if you need friends who are going to be there when you need something, who are going to give you emotional intelligence, who are going to support you, then you need to start to have those conversations. And it may seem weird, but it's like, we may have to talk about how I need you to show up in my life. That may need to be a conversation. And so then once those things don't happen, you say, okay, well, we talked about this. It's not happening. Can we work on it? And if not, allow people to leave. Show people the exits. Actually, light them up. The same way that exits are lit in places of business, light the exits up. I never want you to be confused about how to leave from my life, okay? I never want you to be confused. I want you to know that at all times, the exit signs are lit and you may go. Because everybody has free will. Stop trying to keep people in your life who do not want to be there. Everyone has free will. Every single person on this planet has free will. Allow them to exercise it. Keep the exits lit. And the people who don't need the exits, they won't, you'll say, oh, the exits are lit just in case you need to go. And it's like, oh, okay, girl, whatever. And they'll keep it pushing and they will stay there. And the people who need to know where the exits are, they know exactly where they are. I'm for healthy communication. I think you should talk it out. But show people where the exits are. There you go. They're lit. It's 2 in front, 2 in back. And if you happen to be in the bathroom, it's 1 in the back, 1 on the side. Okay? Let them go. I think you should talk about it. I think I've had an instance where a friend no longer wanted to be friends. I wanted to talk about it. That's not something that they wanted to do. And so, although I love this person and I pray for this person and I hope that this person is well, I politely pointed to the exits. And they probably did the same thing to me in their life, which is perfectly fine. Also, be willing for other people to light their exits for you. Because our lives are forever moving and forever changing and forever ebbing and flowing. And allow for people to move through your life with grace. Please stop allowing for people's exit from your life to be so detrimental to your soul and your spirit. If somebody is in your life, they should have given you so much to where you don't feel like you were depleted. That person gave me so much who decided to exit out of my life, gave me so much, I do not feel that that friendship was depleting. I feel like that person gave me a different perspective on life, exposed me to new things, was kind to me, was generous to me, was helpful to me, was supportive of me, right? It's just there was one thing where we weren't able to get on the same page and see eye to eye. But I don't feel drained from that relationship. When I think about this person, I pray for this person. I'm thankful this person was in my life. Get to the point where your relationships are like, okay, that ended, but I got something out of that. Like a severance package. A severance package. You need to have friendship severance packages as a feminine woman. When a friend leaves you or when someone leaves your life, they need to leave it better than they found it. There needs to be some type of consolation. Right? You left my life. You gave me joy. You gave me peace. You gave me good times. You gave me happiness. You helped me discover myself. You helped me learn a new skill. Thank you so much. I love you. And I wish you well on your journey. Y'all have to understand, and I say this all the time, my underlying goal is peace and ease. Okay? Peace and ease. And so it needs to be peaceful. Start to cultivate a life where people leaving you is no longer this big destructive thing. It's like, wow, I got to experience such an amazing person. I am so grateful for the time they spent in my life. I learned some things. Hopefully I taught them some things. Hopefully they gained something from me. That was a really beautiful relationship. Start engaging in mutually beneficial relationships as a feminine woman. Stop engaging in relationships that are depleting. Because it will take from you. It will take and it will take and it will take and it will take. It will take up mental energy and mental space and mental time. And oh God, there's no real friends in the world. Nobody really loves me. And it's just really too much. Cultivate good relationships in your life. And one thing to ask yourself is, do I feel full after leaving this person? Or do I feel drained after leaving this person? That's a really good question to ask yourself. Do I feel full or do I feel drained after leaving this person? And I had to get to the point where, and if I've ever said I love you to you, I mean it. So I love these people. But I had to get to a point where I'm like, was that a draining encounter or do I feel filled up by them? And if it was a draining encounter, I had to distance myself. Because I am a natural giver. I am so in overflow. I naturally give. Like, I'll give time, I'll give energy, I'll give money, I'll give mental currency, I'll give compassion. Like, I just have it to give. But it was a time in my life where I didn't have it to give. Like, I was not operating in overflow. And yet these people were coming, and I felt like every time I saw their name cross my screen, I was like, oh, gee, like, what is it going to be today? Like, what is it going to be today? And it was too much where I couldn't handle it anymore. And I just had to distance myself. And I said, you know what? These relationships come around, they come around. But there does have to be a time where you say, I am choosing my emotional stability over what you have going on. And when I have it again, you are more than welcome to my overflow. And I'm not saying to be mean or to be rude or to not make friends or to not give people your emotional energy. What I'm saying is give that from your overflow. And once you give from your overflow, first, you know that they're fed. And then if they still decide to leave, you know, I gave my best to this person. Because the golden rule is do unto others as you will have them do unto you. So if you give to people, people will give to you. If you give out of overflow, you don't really care. It's overflow. I don't care. You know what I mean? Take the overflow. I can't do anything with that anyway. So this is a message to show people the exits. Allow them to know exactly where they are. Welcome them. Say, I'm so glad that you are here. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Like, if you're here, I truly love you and I care about you. And if there is ever a problem, we can talk about it. And if there is ever a time we cannot figure it out, you are free to go. You are free to go. It clears up so much mental energy, especially when you treat people well. When you treat people well and they choose to leave, you sleep like a baby. But if you mistreat people and they choose to go, something inside you is like, you did not treat that person well and you know it. So when you treat people well and you say, oh my God, I did all I could do. I love this person. I care for this person. I gave to this person, all these things. Once you get to that point, it's like, all right, I did all I could do. Okay, I did my best. All right. You sleep like a baby. Because your conscience, when you are untruthful, when you are unkind, when you are manipulative, your core knows it. And your core is like, oh, that's how you gonna do it? You're not gonna live in integrity? And you'll be the one sick. You'll be the one aged. You'll be the one sad and depressed and, spreading rumors about this person and doing all those kind of things. Oh, I'm also gonna make a video about that. And doing all those kind of things about rumors. I need to make a note to make a video about that. Because, honey, femininity and rumors, a mess. I'm making a note. But yes, treat people well. And then once you treat people well and they really want to leave your life, show them the exits. There's 2 to the front. There's 2 to the back. There's 1 in the side. You wanted to leave? Thank you for coming. We've enjoyed you. We've enjoyed you, right? I hope you've enjoyed yourself. We have enjoyed you. But you are free to go. You are not to ask anyone, to beg anyone to stay in your life. The people who want to be there will be there. Okay? I have a friend and we don't talk for months, but that's my dog. I love her. Like, that's my girl. Like, I love her so much. And we talk about it. We're like, girl, we do not talk all the time. And she's like, I know, all this kind of stuff. And we're like, but we're okay with it. And she's like, yeah, we're okay with that. But when I need her, she answers the phone. When I need good counsel, she's always there. And I don't have to beg her to stay in my life because I'm not holding on to, sometimes people hold on really, really tightly to those, once a week, once a month conversations. And that's just not how our friendship works. But there is never any love lost. There's never any hard feelings. It's just when we talk and it's beautiful. And like to this day, I like make plans in my head with her in the future. I'm like, okay, we're gonna go here and then she's gonna be here with me and all these kind of things. And it's very mutual. The people who want to be in your life will be in your life. No matter the time, no matter the distance, no matter what it is, they will be in your life. You do not have to force what needs to flow. I could move to Shanghai and she would still be my friend and we would still talk. And if she needed me, I would still be there. Big events, booking the plane ticket, like, let's go. So you don't have to force people to be in your life. You do not have to force people to be in your life. They will be in if they want to be in. And show them the exits. If not, life is so short. Show them people the exits. The exits. Show them the exits. Thank you all so much for watching my video. It just warms my heart. Hi to my new subscribers. It warms my heart that you all are here. There's one-on-one coaching available with me. I offer femininity coaching in the form of we go inside and then we go out. So we talk about your connection with God. We talk about feminine communication. We talk about using your intuition. I teach my clients how to really, really own their sexual power. And most times that turns into them waiting until marriage and, stopping having sexual intercourse. And they find their power and they get more money from it. And they just get health and vitality and all the things that come with being able to own and harness your sexual power. So if that sounds like something you would like to do, one-on-one coaching is always available down in the description box. And there are also, I have a ton of courses. I have Sex is Your Superpower, Becoming Desire. The other one is called Relationship Rehab, which is really, really good for women who, if you just went through a breakup and you went through years ago and you're like, I'm not over this man, get in relationship rehab. Okay, we're gonna forgive that man. We're gonna forgive yourself. We're gonna set new boundaries, set new standards, learn how to date yourself, learn how to, be a feminine essence being and create that feminine experience for the new men that you date, and how you can just enjoy dating and enjoy the process of it. So if that sounds like something that's calling to you and something that you want, go ahead and click the link in the description box. And I also love to see comments below, so thank you so much for commenting on my videos, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.